Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, it's already kind of a sticky start to the day with 77 degrees the air temperature with a dew point of 74. It feels humid outside. And we are on our way to a day when, with air temperatures climbing into the upper 80s, the feels like temperature will be closer to 100 today. So be sure and take it easy if you're going to be out of doors and have to do any labor out of doors. Be sure and hydrate yourself because it's going to feel very, very warm later on this afternoon. Temperatures are generally in the upper 70s, most everywhere, mid to upper 70s, 76, 77, a few 78s on the board. But no rain falling around our area. The closest feeder band, if you will, to Cindy is located far distance away from us, and I think today will be a return to a more typical summertime pattern with our showers and thunderstorms building due to sea breeze interactions, which is pretty typical for this time of year. We do have showers and thunderstorms back to the west, though, as I mentioned, due to Cindy's making landfall around the Louisiana Texas border, pretty close to actually Creole, Louisiana. I think the center of the storm moved over there. And now we're watching the probably one of the highest potentials for the possibility of some severe weather along the coast as these feeder bands make their landfall. What happens is that the very strong upper level winds that come right across the relatively smooth Gulf waters all of a sudden start to encounter some rougher surface as it moves over land, and so it slows down the wind speed near the surface because of the friction. And that causes a kind of tumbling in the atmosphere as the upper level winds tear across the region, but the lower level winds are slowed by land. And that creates a kind of pinwheel effect that produces a potential for some tornadoes. And that's what we see right now across these regions, really anywhere from the Florida Panhandle all the way back into Louisiana itself. There are tornado warnings, or watches rather, up for that area. Heavy rainfall, also another possibility with this storm. It's not going to be so much the surge issues with this storm. This is a very weak and kind of ill-defined, ragged tropical storm, but it's a wet one, and it could produce a lot of rainfall. 40-mile-an-hour winds currently north motion at about 12. I think that forward motion at 12 is one of the things that may actually help in terms of the total amount of rainfall that is produced by this system. If you have a fast-moving storm, you know, you can kind of keep those rainfall totals down. But if it's a slow-moving storm, you can get 2 foot, 3 foot of rainfall. That's really a disastrous situation. So yes, there will be some flash flooding, but I'm very thankful that it's a fast-moving storm. As far as our weather goes, you know what? There's some drier air aloft filtering in on our water vapor imagery. It's visible. Remember, this shows you the swirls and motions and where the dry air is and where it is not. This dry air indicated by tan is moving into the area, and that will help to reduce our rainfall chances starting tomorrow. High pressure builds in, our winds shift southeasterly. We get sea breezes in the afternoon due to heating. It collides with that southeasterly wind, and in a typical summertime fashion, we come up with those showers and thunderstorms building inland and then drifting back to the coast. The drier air will reduce our rainfall chances on Friday and Saturday, and then moisture returns, and we kind of hit a typical summertime pattern starting the beginning of next work week with a 50% rain chance each afternoon.